This is Frequency File, Episode 5. By this point in my investigation, the unanswered questions kept piling up. The depths I was having to go to, the mysteries upon mysteries, was making me dizzy. Many times, my hope dwindled. Was I getting anywhere with this? Or were the rumors sweeping me completely off track? One night, in a fit of desperation, I opened my reader mail and found the motivation to continue. And I thought, you're walking this same journey with me. And maybe you share some of my frustrations about all the non-answers. So indulge me this one episode as I lighten the mood and talk about the response to my work. A quick behind the scenes on the making of Frequency File. It was quite the uphill battle to make it to air. Only by virtue of my good work investigating the case of the disappearing banana slugs was this entire series allowed to happen. And I was made aware in no uncertain terms that I used up the entirety of my good karma on making this. But the calls and letters from you, the listeners, have managed to overwhelm the network, and thus have justified my obsession-turned-legit investigation. So, as thanks, this episode is all about you. Your theories, your hopes and dreams, your love and hate, your opinions. I've sifted through the hundreds of letters and calls, and here's a selection of the sentiment you've shared.
I've listened to every one of your episodes and I did my own research. And I have to say, there is no chance in hell that Ophelia Turner invented limb technology. She was 100% a convenient excuse. I mean, for starters, she's a woman. As an American, who would you rather rally around? Some dweeb scientist squinting at a test tube? Or a woman in a lab coat posing for pretty pictures? Admit it, we were duped by the government. Again. When will we learn?
You're wrong about one thing, huh? Some limb technology did make it out into the larger world. Oh, you remember the personal cassette players that were all the rage in 1979? Yeah. That thing we all begged our parents for Christmas? Slim tech, baby. Go on. Open it up. Tell me if you don't see some limb doohickeys in there, huh? I dare you.
What I don't understand is how they could let all those zone people back out into the world. Like, they lived there, were experimented on, and got exposed to Lord knows what. And they just rolled out the red carpet for them and let them loose. Oh, that's just completely irresponsible. My neighbor, they were one of them. And let me tell you, nothing good came from it. The minute they moved in, things got screwy. You ever hear of an ice storm in Tampa? Well, heck, in Florida, anywhere. No. But they move in, and suddenly we get freak ice storms and armies of six-legged possums overrunning the neighborhood. Well, I can't sleep a single night without hearing their grubby little hands, so many little hands, going through my trash bins. My husband tried to fight them off and got bitten. And he ain't been right since. I tell you, they're out there, and it's already too late.
Hello? I haven't been able to sleep since I first started listening to Frequency File. I've been putting the clues together, and I honestly think my grandparents are Alan and Ophelia Turner. They never like talking about their past, but sometimes I'll sneak up to the attic and find photos of them in these weird lab outfits. And what's more, sometimes when they talk in their sleep, they speak another language. I bet it's Russian. You have to check it out.
And the most surprising of the messages.
Don't keep poking your nose around where it doesn't belong. You're not gonna like where you end up. Trust me, I should know.
He identifies himself as Ed Baker, an astronaut on the American spaceflight missions.
Now this isn't a threat. It's just a warning. I went up with the third landing mission. All was well. Readings were nominal. We achieved stable orbit around the moon, and began executing the limb-assisted landing procedure. Once it activated, that's when everything went wrong. I wish I could tell you what I saw. I wish I could put it into words. But most of all, I wish I could forget. I don't even look up at the sky anymore. Every night is a terror. Limb technology was a mistake. It wasn't worth it. I mean, yes, we won the race, but the cost was too great. It will always be there, waiting for our next mistake.
Okay, well, maybe that didn't do quite the job of lightening the mood, but knowing that there's so many of you along for the ride with me gives me the determination to continue on, no matter how deep this rabbit hole goes. So thank you, and I'll see you next episode.